So about a year ago, I made a video called A Few Goals I Want to Reach Before I Turn 21. It's probably right here on the screen. It's not a clickable link. Don't click that. But I wanted to do exactly what that video says. Set a few goals for myself, where I made a bunch of public goals, and alongside that, I had a bunch of private goals that I wanted to hit. I thought I was going to have 12 videos out by the time I turned 21. That didn't happen. I had set goals for my brand that I wanted to sell at least one article of clothing. By the way, everything you see me wearing in my videos is my brand, but it's not open to the public. I just wear it because I think it's cool. But the brand's dead. You can't access Electus NYC anytime soon. I don't even live in NYC. I'm a fraud. A fraud. I had set physical goals for myself. I wanted to bench 225, going from a 135 bench to a 225 bench. I wanted to go from a 225 squat to a 315 squat, and I wanted to go from deadlifting 225 to deadlifting 405. And it's safe to say I have made progress. My bench has went up 30 pounds. My squat has went up 30 pounds. My deadlift has went up 20 pounds. But I failed. And with each of these goals, whether it be by overestimating my ability or underestimating the time necessary for it, or even just being lazy, at the end of the day, I'm a failure. I missed that opportunity. Failure is one of those things that we as people consider a lot, especially whenever we're going to make a decision. Whenever there is a opportunity for a new idea, for a new option, for a risk, there's always a chance of failure. And we as people do everything we can to avoid failure. We go to college so that we can get a degree to reduce our chances of being jobless. We lift weights to decrease our chances of an early death. We avoid trying new foods to avoid the feeling of disgust. We want to avoid failure, whether it be failing a lift, whether it be failing at life. It is our inclination to avoid failure. And with good reason too. Failure does not feel good. Failure feels very bad. In fact, it's a painful mental experience. You get all those terrible emotions running through you, and it may even induce a physical response with how failure feels. It's heartbreaking. Something that you worked so hard on, something that you thought you would be able to achieve, but you couldn't. Failing to romance a potential partner, failing to hit a certain goal weight, failing a test in school, failing to get a job. Every single time you fail, it hurts. All of these things are painful. Now magnify that by 10 when you fail to achieve a dream, when you feel like you failed to fulfill a purpose. That is one of the most painful things to feel. And we do everything in our power to avoid it. We don't want to feel like we are failures. However, we let our minds trick us into believing that failure, once it happens, it's over. You can't get back up again. There's no chance. There's nothing else you can do. That when you fail and you are a failure, there is no chance for you to become successful. And that is a lie. It's not true. It's something that we delude ourselves with. Think about it. If we look at the example of our bodies, we have to train close to or at failure for muscles to grow. In the same way, our bodies need to be trained at or near failure so that you can grow muscle. It's the same way with life. Many times in life, you will experience or become a failure. But in the same way, your body recovers from that failure so that it can attack that weight and become stronger. You must recover from your failures in your life so that you can come back stronger and more prepared. Sometimes you're gonna fail that exam. Sometimes you're going to get rejected. Sometimes your YouTube channel is gonna fail. Sometimes a video is gonna flop. Sometimes an experiment is going to fail. Sometimes an endeavor that you thought would be so successful is going to flop. And that's okay, because most successful people are going to experience failure. That's just how it is. Michael Jordan failed to make his varsity team when he was in high school. He was in 10th grade. He worked so hard, and yet he couldn't make the varsity team. Did he give up? No. He worked his butt off that summer and made varsity the next year. J.K. Rowling failed to get her book published 12 times. That's insane. 12 times? Like, you would think that someone, after trying 10 times with 10 different publishers and hearing no over and over again, that they would give up. I mean, if I was in her situation, I would have given up too, but she didn't. And now, her little book known as Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone is one of the best-selling books ever. That thing is competing with the Bible. It's insane. And of course, Jermaine Cole, stood in the rain for 2 hours to meet with Jay-Z to hand him a mixtape. All for Jay-Z to say, I don't want this. Toss it away and reject J. Cole right there. Right there, he experienced failure. He failed to get the job of his dreams. Yet had he given up there and been like, you know what? I don't want to do this. He wouldn't be in talks of being one of the greatest rappers of all time. When people saw Jesus die, they could have considered his ministry a failure. Think about it. His disciples were scattered. He was on a cross, dead. There was no movement left. His movement had ended, dead. But we know today that his movement was not a failure, and it did not end with his death. In fact, that's where it started. So, it's okay to fail. Failure is not an option. It is a requirement. You have to fail. You have to fall on your face sometimes. You have to scrape your legs so that when you get up, you can get up stronger. And you will look at those scars as a reminder. Am I a failure now? Of course. I failed. I had set a goal for myself for 1,000 subscribers by this time. I'm not even 20% of the way there. I had set a goal to be monetized. I'm not even 1/10 of the way there. But you know what? This failure is a step on the road to success, because I have learned so much making these few videos. I've become a better speaker, a better editor, a better ideator. I've become more creative. I cannot stop thinking about this, man. I love this. I feel like God has called me to this. So I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to encounter more failures, and I'm going to encounter more obstacles. But that's okay, because if people time and time again throughout history have faced walls that they thought were impossible to climb, if they stopped there, their names would not be renowned. They would not be remembered throughout history. And I say the same to you, viewer. Whatever you have in your heart, whatever passion you have, you can make it. Whatever God has called you to do, whatever vision God has given you, follow it through and through. And of course, what's a birthday video without setting unrealistic expectations for myself next year? Am I right? So, by next year, I want to have 1,000 subs. By next year, I want to have 12 videos in a year. At least. I've been working on an upload schedule. I think I will be able to do that. Have 1 sub on Patreon. Yes, I have a Patreon. I don't talk about it much because, I'm very small. I only have 177 subscribers as of making this video. But I want 1 sub for Patreon. A goal I have is to reach the 1,000 club. Right now, I think my collective SBD is somewhere around 700 pounds. I think I can have that growth. I just need to lock in. Another goal I have, this is more personal, but I want to read the Bible from cover to cover. I think I've read almost every single book of the Bible individually, but I've not read the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. Another goal I have is to start up my clothing brand. Because look, I think the clothes that my cousin and I have designed, that we are trying to market, that we are trying to push, is fire. And it glorifies God. I hope by the time I turn 22, I can start it up again. And finally, my 6th goal is to buy a PC and start streaming. Right now, I'm recording from a computer that I was gifted, but I want to earn enough money and buy my own PC. So you could get better videos. You could get better videos, you could get streams, you could get new content. I want these goals to come true. And the only way they're going to come true is two ways. Trusting in God and working hard. That's the only way. I have a dream that one day this YouTube channel will hit 1 million subscribers. I have a dream that one day I will be able to retire my parents so that they can go into full-time ministry. I have tons of dreams where I could bless people and help others, but it starts with me working now. And you're gonna see, viewer, you're gonna see whoever you are watching behind that screen. You can make it. Work at your talent, hone your craft, believe in yourself and believe in God. Not in that order, flip that. Believe in God and believe in yourself. God first, then trust the ability that God has given you. You wanna be a public speaker? You can make it. You can become that public speaker. You want to be a professional bodybuilder and get all these brand deals? Go ahead, do that. Pursue it, and you're gonna look crazy, and people are gonna doubt you, but you can make it. I know it's that meme with the giant, with the diamonds, where the person gives up digging before they find the diamonds. But it's so true, bro. You just have to keep going. Do what you love. Do it with passion. Research. Go ahead. You can do it. Like, subscribe, comment. I want to do a segment called Comment of the Week. So if you comment and it's really insightful or really funny or it disagrees with me and it sparks a conversation, I can make a video on that and respond to you and we could discuss it. It would be great. I'm going to pin that comment. It's going to be great. All right? I want to hear from you. I want to hear your goals. I want to hear your dreams. All right? Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Peace.